Hello there, Alexa. Can you hear me?
You. Okay. Yes, I can hear you.
Good deal.
Yeah.
All right. We'll be ready to roll here shortly.
Yeah, we just need Amy, otherwise we won't have a quorum.
Yep. Yep.
No, we might as well go home, which does not sound that bad.
Oh, no.
Tell
Yeah,
you the honest truth.
I hear you. Uh, no doubt. Yeah, if we do, we'll just have to do one before the end of December to meet the criteria for the budget.
Yeah, well, we got other stuff to take care of as well, so.
Yeah, we do. Yeah, and I'll
Mm.
check on the auditor. I think we have to do it after the first of the year. We could always do a 12 noon meeting and knock that out pretty quickly. Let me refer back to the auditor and the little manual too to make sure.
Oh, for the to hire
The
the
auditors, yeah,
auditor? Yeah.
yeah, it's not, it'll be easy enough, but I think we have
No.
to do it, which is,
Yeah. No. We'll do what we have to do.
yeah, worst case. No, it could be quick
If
and painless. Like I said,
yeah.
we could do a 12 noon
Yeah.
for that, because it's not a
Yeah.
public hearing. But
Yeah. So are there people in the waiting room?
I don't see anybody. Yeah, wait a minute. I see Mark. Let's see.
Yeah, I talked or I texted back and forth with Amy earlier this
Okay,
week and
good deal. Yeah, and uh,
hey
s-
Mark.
Hi. Hey, Mark. Sent Bob, emailed and retexted Bob the invite. So he
Okay.
was going to join us. At least it seemed like it anyway. So
Yeah.
no worries.
So let's wait a little bit and see if we can
Okay,
get Amy on.
sounds good. Now, if not, we can pivot. We can do a later date if needed, as far as that goes. But I did order some. I think I told you earlier I was working on the MQ. Something happened to it, which is normal.
Oh, did you get it fixed?
No, I ordered $80 worth of parts, which for a generator, that's
Right.
cheap. Yeah, I ordered
It's
what's called
practically free.
yeah, no, I ordered a lift pump, which is a small mechanical fuel pump that feeds the high pressure one, and then a VSS, which is a vehicle speed sensor.
Mm.
$80 for both, and I can do those. If I get into the high pressure fuel pump, which I hope it's not, it's a lot more money, a lot more expertise. That's about a
Uh,
$5,000 part on a high pressure pump.
I'm not
But
sure I want to hear that.
I think it's that
La,
stepper
la, la,
pump.
la.
Oh, I know. I think it's a stepper. I hope it is. I hope it's a step pump, the lift pump, which is real
Yeah.
simple.
Yeah.
It's like an old mechanical car
Mm.
fuel pump, which I've done plenty of too. But anyway, yeah, they'll run 1 minute and I'll do the
Mm.
next. But
Let me see if I can get in touch with Amy.
okay, yeah, no worries. Yeah, if we need to pivot, we can redo the public hearing notices, and I'm used to it by now. I've had a lot of practice the last.
Uh, I don't know. I hope she's just a couple of
Yeah,
minutes. Eh?
it's all good if we have to. So
Can we do a public hearing without a quorum?
I don't think so, unfortunately. Yeah, no, yeah,
I have to sit there. What did I just do?
yeah.
Mm, mm,
Alexa, thanks for the call earlier. Appreciate that. One thing I've been thinking about this afternoon is
mm.
you had mentioned Sitla having other land down there that might have water rights that could be bought. Is that something that we could at least get a conversation started just to know that hey these are gonna if we went that direction these would be around that price you were talking about and
Yeah, the price I mentioned was from an appraisal from
Mhm.
2017. I
Oh,
don't want
okay.
to, and but yes, we can always have a conversation.
Okay. We just want to make sure that if we're investing this amount of money, that water rights are going to be affordable.
Yeah. Um. Hey Ray, is Amy with you?
Ray, you're muted.
Yeah.
Alexa, I'm
Hi.
having trouble. I think it's because I don't know if it's because the date is wrong on the meeting link. It says December 12th, and I know today is the 10th. Is there a newer, different meeting link that I missed or?
I can forward you the one that I used that worked.
Yeah, that would be great if you forward it to my Gmail.
Oh, what is that?
I got it. Alexa, I'm going to forward it to her. Just
Okay.
hold one
Okay.
second.
Okay.
I'll forward it to her.
Okay. That's good. Hey Ray, long time no see
Uh,
here.
Howdy. Okay, try that, Amy. It should be in there any second. At the TUID address.
Yeah. No.
Okay, she
Hey,
got it. And scroll down to where it says that meeting link for today. Yep.
This one?
if not, you also got an invitation on your TUID email, December 9 on 204.
Yeah, I think she's on.
Yeah.
No. Okay, it's connecting. Recording in progress.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yes. That's a good sound. Hey, there you are. Thanks for joining.
Sorry.
I had visions of having to go through this whole hoopla again, and that did not make me happy, so I'm really happy you're here. Anyway, thank you all for coming. Thank you to our guests and some of the people we've been working with. Let's call this meeting to order. I think we've already established that Amy Golden is here and I'm here, so 2 of the 3 board members, so we have a quorum. Step 1, let's adopt the agenda. Amy, do you want to do a motion? I'll second.
Well, I noted that number 5 is missing. Was something
Yeah.
left off of it, or was that just a typo?
That's a typo.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yes.
Yeah.
so it's correct. The numbers are just wrong.
Okay.
Okay,
Well,
I moved to
I'll
adopt.
refer to the numbers the way they're on the page, otherwise my brain has to work too hard.
Okay, well, there's no number 5, so.
Okay. Okay, thanks.
So I would like to move to adopt the agenda.
And I'll second that. Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. So we've adopted the agenda. We are doing this electronically pursuant to House Bill 5002. That was passed in 2020 fifth special session. And we made the determination that we can convene and conduct electronic meetings without a proper anchor location. So that's what we're still doing. Public comment. We like to hear from the public. We have maximum 15 minutes, 3 minutes per person. And if you have some comments on the budget, I'm going to ask you to save that for item 8, where we have a public hearing. So is there anyone who wants to address the board on any other subject except for the budget?
I do.
Jean, go ahead, please.
Okay. Hey, listen, Alexa, and you know I've been a little concerned about these water rights situation we have.
Uh-huh.
And I was able to get a hold of the complaint finally and review it and everything else on it. And I just want to make a couple of comments.
Okay.
The water rights always were and are an asset of TUID, and the homeowner users are the ones that are the beneficiaries of that. The complaint I reviewed from Smith and Hardwickson didn't name all party defendants that were culpable for and implicit in the action that happened when we lost those water rights. I said all along that I believe that the old TUID board who was insured should have been a named party defendant. And I'm concerned that Jones and DeMille law firm has, in my opinion, a conflict. They represent numerous other water districts who work with Jones and DeMille. So if there's any settlement that's going to happen, I'm concerned if that's happening, that it needs to be reviewed by the members of TUID, those of us that can see it first before it's ever agreed to. I'm concerned on this board, Mike Morlang was one of the parties that created that loss on the last board. He should abstain, I believe, to anything in regards to the voting on this because he has an apparent protecting of his own rights and the board member as a previously. My last thing is that, again, I think that in my experience in litigation, the more named party defendants, the more the beneficiary is for the plaintiff to come out with, because there's more there. There's two insured parties in this case, in what I've seen, and maybe I'm wrong, and I don't want to question Smith and Hardwickson without actually talking to somebody, but I didn't have the right to do that. So at this juncture, I don't think they named the party defendants that were responsible for the loss that we sustained, and I'm concerned of a conflict they have by not naming that previous board that they represented previously. So, and I want to make it clear that I think we're perpetuating another claim for this new board by not having this done correctly. I've raised this issue also with Caden Figgins at Garfield County, and I'm concerned, Alexa, that these guys have not protected the interests of us. I've got 3 water connections over there. I've got 10 lots. The future of those water rights are imperative for any future development, which helps us offray our costs. So I'm concerned. So I know that there's something going on in regards to potentially a resolution or something in regards to this, and I'm concerned that it needs to be something that's reviewed by more than just 3 board members. One of them should not be reviewing it.
Okay.
Thank
you.
That's my 2 cents worth.
Okay, thank you very much. Anyone else? Any other member of the public? If no one else is there, we will move on to the next item, which is the water rights discussion on the settlement proposal. Hey, Adam.
I
was just thinking maybe can I leave it up to you to introduce this subject?
I would be happy to.
Great. Adam is with Smith and Harvington, and he has been helping us out with this issue.
Yeah, so a very high level summary here is we have a proposed settlement agreement between TUID and Jones and DeMille. The nuts and bolts is really a payment of $250,000 from Jones and DeMille to TUID to settle all of these claims. The settlement agreement is pretty vanilla. TUID releases all of its claims relating to this. Jones and DeMille does the same. TUID then takes the money, and whatever we do with water rights in the future is on us. I'm happy to answer questions or go into more detail on any particular provisions, but that's the basic summary of this.
Has John, have we put the settlement agreement up on available for the public? We have not, huh?
No.
Well, I guess it doesn't say much more than Adam just
Hmm.
just described. Um, maybe I can quickly give my own sense in that. I don't think that the amount actually covers the damages. I do think at this point it's prudent to accept, because anytime we have Adam and his friends run around for us to drag this on any longer, we have to pay him to do that. And by the time all is said and done, we're coming, if I imagine the value, the actual value of the claim, minus all the money that we're going to spend on attorney's fees to do something else than accepting this, we're probably exactly where we are now. And I figure we can save ourselves the aggravation of and the uncertainty of going through all that to now accept the offer and handle the funds that we receive in the most prudent way we can come up with.
Can I pose a question?
Sure.
I would like to ask the Jones and Mill representative on there, what happened to the other party defendants that should have been named in this? The culpable parties that didn't follow up with the filing of the state water rights was the old water board, who has insurance. Why weren't they named as a party defendant?
I'm happy to take a crack at that, or you let me know, Alexa, if you want me to respond to that or what you'd like me to do.
I think it's fine for you to respond to that.
Uh,
Not entirely sure this is the correct forum for it, but
yeah, and I tend to agree with that. I think the contention is that the previous board should be potentially liable for the lapse of the water right. The distinction here would be whether it is the board, so TUID as an entity that would be liable, or whether it would be one of the board members personally. Um,
You can't
I
do that
I don't see a claim there.
legally.
I just don't. And even if there were hypothetically very good claims there, I don't see a real chance of recovery on something like that.
in the Netherlands we say that you can't pluck feathers from a bald chicken.
That's that's good. Yeah, same as blood from a stone here.
Yeah. Oh,
As far as TUID as an entity goes, the entity remains the same. The legal entity remains the same regardless of who is on the board.
But didn't TUID have an obligation to file those water rights notification with the state of Utah?
That
It's simply yes or no.
in an ideal world, yeah, that would have been done. Yeah, no, I mean, no question about that.
Had they have done that, we'd had the water rights still. And they shifted the responsibility to Jones and DeMille, and they didn't follow up with Jones and DeMille to make sure it was filed.
and
So how are they not?
I think you might be working on a small selection of the facts in this case, and I think maybe we should just terminate this discussion now, and if you want to, we can discuss it offline.
Okay. Like, so I'm still concerned if there's going to be a settlement agreement made that if these people vote on it from the board and we haven't had a chance to review it yet, it's not right for it to go forward because it affects us and the money that we put into this thing monthly and the obligation we have in the future for TUID expenses. So you would do what you think's best.
That is what I usually try to do. So thanks for your comments, Jane. Amy, do you have anything to add at this point?
Um,
No is a perfectly good answer. It always is.
I would very much like to table this for the time being, especially hearing Jean said, I don't want to be held responsible for this. And it is going to affect the future development and the property values. If there is no future development, the property values are not going to go up. And a lot of folks have a lot of money invested. We are in a really horrible position. We're broke. We don't have any money. We've had two major catastrophes this past year with the water breaking and the generator catching on fire. And I mean, thank God we sold, the mobile home and those lots, so we had a little bit of reserve. Or I mean, we're just like one catastrophe away from going under here. And so that 250 would be good money, but at the same time, it's not restoring what we had. And I know our attorneys have advised us to take it. And initially, I thought that that would be probably the best way to go. But I've really been pondering on this lately. And obviously, I have a huge conflict of interest here. So I'm kind of really stuck right now. I'm stuck. Um,
And are you saying that if I make a motion to vote on this settlement agreement and the resolution, that you are not going to second it?
um, I think it would be good to hear from some of the other stakeholders before we do that, like the developers. And I know Mark's gonna have a huge dog in the hunt, hoping for this phase two, which if there's no future development, there's not going to be a phase two. So it might be good to hear his opinion. I saw Robert Mitchell's on the meeting, maybe hear from him. I just don't want to take this lightly. And again, I don't want to be held responsible either way right now.
Adam, can I ask you if we postpone this for a week, will that make any difference in our position with our friends at Jones and the Mill?
That is not an answer I have. Um, Probably not. That probably doesn't make a difference. But I cannot guarantee that the offer remains on the table. Uh, so that's up to the board. I certainly within the board's purview to table this for however long the board wants to.
Well, I'm proposing to not table it any longer than a week or so, whatever it,
Yeah, and I'm happy to
whenever
talk
we can
through.
vote as a full board.
I'm happy to talk through pros and cons and my thoughts and our thoughts and strategy on this. That's really probably fodder for a closed session if we want to get into that tonight or some other time.
Okay, can we do a closed session without having that advertised?
Yeah, you can close the meeting for anything that qualifies as a close a proper reason to close the meeting.
Okay. Um, well, shall we do that right now? Which has some people sitting there and wait. Who would be at the closed session? It would be Amy, John, Adam, and I.
It,
Yeah, I don't think we have I don't know how we're going to enter a closed meeting electronically and come back to this one with no alternate meeting.
I can send out a quick Gmail invitation, Google Meet invitation to the four parties I just named, and then we just close out this, and then we meet in the Google Meet environment, and then we'll come back to here. And then I apologize to Connie and Mark and Bob and Jean who are going to be excluded, and
So,
Terry and somebody called Owner and Tony and everyone else.
yeah, I think everybody would need to hang on. 'Cause if we close out, that's going to end the meeting completely. It's done. This invite.
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah,
I'm
we
pretty
can just
sure.
all make sure that our
John, maybe you can make
audio is off.
maybe you can make someone else the host so this stays open.
Yeah, Mark, I've tried and it doesn't work because they're not signed up for Zoom. I tried that
Yeah.
last time. Uh,
Yeah.
Okay.
Let me just send out a quick invitation to
yeah, folks want to. I,
everyone.
I would say to hang on, as in stay in the Zoom meeting. Um,
Yeah, and then
I'll
we just have to make sure to.
mute. Got a bug. Yeah, mute on my end.
Uh,
Yeah, I don't know that actually entering a closed session is gonna change, help anything. I mean, we've been knocking this to death and,
well, and I don't know. I mean, the reason we want to discuss the implications of tabling it is because you wanted that. If you now no longer want that, then we don't need to.
oh, if that's all we're gonna be discussing, I'm okay
Well,
with
the implications
that. Okay.
of
I'm okay with that
postponing
as
it.
long, yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Um,
Yeah, so if that's what we want to do, I would suggest a motion from one of the board members to enter into a closed session for purposes of pending litigation. And then we can do that and come back to this meeting. Obviously, you could do the closed session at the end of the meeting if that works better.
no, because then I'll just have you hang on for.
If we do it toward what if we do it toward the end of the meeting after the ultras, and that takes care of a lot of folks on here
Who's talking?
in the public hearing,
Oh,
which
okay.
it's me, John. Yeah, it's
Okay.
up to you guys. Yeah, I just
Okay. Yeah, let's sip through the rest of it and then but then we still have to come back and
yeah, but we have less to
uh
come back to if we
yeah.
do that.
Yeah. Okay.
If that works. I mean, we're talking
I've
15
sent
minutes.
out the invitation for the closed meeting, but you're right. Let's do the closed meeting closer to the end. Um, so maybe John, if you want to do a quick manager's report or
Yeah,
oh,
really, certainly. Yeah, I can do that if you guys like that. It's fairly
yeah,
quick.
kind of zippy, kind of quick.
Yeah, and I've kept you guys up to date mostly.
Uh,
It's that time of the year. You guys heard me say on the generators, we look for power imbalances. So addressing those, and I've been working on the MQ all day. As mechanical things do, it suddenly stopped running yesterday. Um, I ordered a vehicle speed sensor and a lift pump for the fuel system. That's what I've narrowed it down to. Um, $80 if I'm right, then it saves us money. If I'm wrong and it's a higher cost part like a high pressure fuel pump, then we're 5 grand in a diesel tech to do that one. But that's the biggest news of the day. Other than that, we're preparing to read meters for water for year end, which is it's always fun. Um, that's really it. Yeah, everything else is business as usual. I think I mentioned last time too, just wrapping up year end stuff is a full plate. Wrapping up items like water testing. We had more of that this year that are 3 year intervals for some additional tests. Of course, we did the PFAS testing this year too for water. And green light there. So luckily our water comes back, good. Part luck and part, work and diligence there. But um, that's really it.
hmm,
On the, for any updates, it's just business as usual right now.
okay, thank you, John. So we moved down to number 8. We're doing our annual public hearing on the budget for 2026 for our operating budget. I make a motion to enter into public hearing.
I'll second.
Okay, everybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Aye. And then, any members of the public who want to address the board, related to the, operating budget? Seeing no one wanting to speak, I will make a motion to close the public hearing.
I'll second.
Everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
Aye, okay. So here we are back, and the next item is,
hang
oh,
on.
we need to vote on the budget, right?
I need you guys to vote. Yeah,
Yes.
the resolution is ready. We'll send that for signing. Just need you guys to vote, and it is on the site. Obviously, it's been on the public site for quite some time.
Yeah, we had all
yeah.
had a chance to look at it, and
Yeah, I'll just comment for the record quickly. We've had people ask about tracking and details. We do all that. Uh, this is a budget for two reasons: simplicity equals efficiency, and then number two, one of the things we're looking to do is to get away from an accountant, and that was from the advice of the state auditor too. That cities bigger than us don't use full-time accountants. Of course, some of them have auditors, which are, but the point is, we're looking to cut out a couple more thousand in uh, fees from accountants, and having a simplified budget does that too. So I just want that to be on record to comment. But no, the ending of 25 is coming in good. We have cut some fuel cost, and again, some of that's science, some of that is luck. We've had lower fuel costs, but we were in at I think last glance about 190. We budgeted 240 for fuel for the year. I'm going to grab one more load tomorrow because the prices are down. We're about 236 a gallon with winter additive included in that. So we've hit every mark, which it's a small budget. It's not that complicated to do. But anyway, that's my comments for 25 and 26 going forward. So we feel confident it's a good budget.
okay. So, I think it's been on the public site, and I have looked at it. Amy, I don't know, have you had a chance to look
I
at
have.
it? So,
have.
are we prepared to vote on that? Maybe I should just make a motion and then see if you want a second or not.
Sure.
I make a motion to approve the budget as was presented.
I second.
Everybody in favor? Aye.
Aye.
John, go for it.
Yeah. Thank you.
Thank
both.
you too, Connie, for your good work on that. Appreciate it. Okay. Altus Energy Solar PPA. I have got a little resolution together about this, and maybe I should just pull that up. Now that, let me see, that's the thought I had it all ready to go. Hold on just 5 seconds. Yeah. Yeah. So, the we have had the latest version of the PPA since this Monday, which is a little is also a little tight. And I have had some discussions about that with Mark just this morning or this afternoon. And it appears that that there are two items. One that's just not clear to me how the billing is going to work based on the meter readings. And it lists all the meters that are in that are going to be installed, but it doesn't say how the readings from the different meters will be used to calculate the billing. And when I talked to Mark earlier, and we talked about if 20% of the energy in a given month came from the generators and the rest from the solar panels, which are metered separately, then on the output end, we will be billed 80% of the output at the energy rate and 20% at the storage rate. Am I saying that correctly, Mark?
Yes, that's correct.
You're on mute, but I can see you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. And a thumbs up, so we're good there. The other thing is that there was some confusion about the storage rate. We talked about a per kilowatt hour charge or a fixed charge, and somehow they both made it into the agreement. And we talked about removing the fixed charge and just go with 11 point something cents per kilowatt hour. So those are two changes that we still have to make to the contract that is now before us. One other thing needs to be done, and that is a quick legal review of the contract, not of the deal terms or the techie stuff in it, but just the general for consistencies and the risks in the contract and that kind of stuff. And if we agree to this today, then I'm going to send that to Adam tomorrow. So there's one other part. We have, as a public entity, we are under an obligation to have a competitive process for this. And we found that just asking people how much they would charge for solar energy in Tikaboo gives us answer that initially make us very happy until the people that we're talking to become aware of the realities in Tikaboo, and then the price goes up. So we've had those conversations with 5 different entities, and Altris is the same thing happened, but they stopped going up at a much lower rate than anyone else, which is why we ended up now talking about this in a board meeting. And I have described what we all did in a page and a half of text that we will keep in our files as proof of our competitive process. So I've attached this to the resolution, and Exhibit B is not attached to this particular page, but that's the document that was sent out, I think late Sunday night by Jay. So basically, this is a very bare bones resolution. It basically says, look here at our process on Exhibit A, and then it says we have been talking to Altris since July of this year, and this has resulted in the agreement that we're going to attach to as Exhibit B, and then it's a statement that it's the most cost effective of all offers that we have considered, and that it's in the best interest of TUID and its customers to enter into it, and then the decision will be that we enter into a PPA substantially in the form attached to that because there are these little issues that we need to figure out, and we also can still get our legal review that may or may not end up with substantive issues to talk about. That one, my story. Amy, you have anything to add?
I don't. I think this has been the best solution that has come our way. So I think it's time to do this.
You must be on mute because it looks like you're talking, but we don't hear anything.
No.
Oh, you don't?
Oh, we can hear her.
I don't have my earphones in.
Oh,
Sorry.
no, I it's okay.
Incompetent.
I think this is the best solution that has come our way, and we absolutely need to do something yesterday. So I think we should go for this. Looks like a good plan.
Okay, so I have spent a little time piecing together a motion because it's a little complicated. So if you don't mind, Amy, if I can I read? Well, I can make a motion, I guess. So I make a motion to approve the resolution regarding a PPA and authorize the chair to sign a PPA substantially in the form presented here, subject to final legal review and possibly some non-substantive changes. If there are substantive changes, then we'll just have to do another round. And we'll only sign it after making the following changes to clarify the metering and billing as follows. PV and generator power to the battery will be metered separately and billing will occur on a pro rata basis. If in a given month the battery was charged by PV for 80% and by the generator for 20%, then 80% of the output to TUID will be billed at the project energy rate, as described in paragraph 4.4, and 20% at the storage rate described in 4.9, and that we remove the fixed storage rate. That is my motion.
I'll second that
Okay.
motion.
So since we have an actual resolution here, and this is kind of a big decision, maybe we can do this slightly more formal than just waving our hand at the screen. How about feels kind of odd with only one board member, but Amy, how do you vote? Amy Golden
Amy Golden votes yes.
and Alexa Wilson votes yes. So that is 2 votes for, 1 board member absent. So that passed. I don't know if you can call that unanimously. We'll leave that to the lawyers to figure out if that's an appropriate word. Well, that's good. Mark, thank you for your work on that so far, and we're looking forward to many more happy months and years in their PPA. Well, at least that worked. Okay, what's next? Oh, meeting schedule. Did you write that out, John?
I did. I sent it to you guys to review and
Yeah, I
consume and
saw
consider.
that. I'm just wondering if we should pull that up.
Yeah, you can if I don't have it handy.
Does that require a vote or just an announcement?
It's really an announcement. There's nothing they can change, number one, whether it's a public schedule or not. And then, of course, too, we were just talking preliminarily when the meeting started about the possible need for the 25 audit approval, which we could be, so there may be some variations and there may be another one for water rights,
Yeah,
solar. So
yeah.
just establishing a baseline, basically.
Okay.
Right now they're set up as quarterly, which is what that covers. So,
Yeah.
um,
So why don't you just stick that on the public notice site and
okay. So are you guys good with that for now. And again, it can change, but
Yeah.
I think that was based off a suggestion you'd made, Alexa, in I think
Mm-hmm.
the meeting before last or in and abouts there. So,
Yeah.
um, and it just follows a quarterly schedule. But again, we can have special meetings. That doesn't cement anything that can't be changed and added and rearranged.
Okay. Yeah, maybe we should do we have to announce like our next meeting date?
It's up to you guys. And again, we do two things. Actually three. We put it on the website, put it on the Utah Public website, and then we also send out a courtesy email, to all
Yeah.
the customers beforehand too. So
Yeah.
we have, numerous
Yeah.
ways of notifying. And
Yeah.
again, that's for changes and just reminders too.
Yeah. Do you have access to the next meeting date? On
Wasn't
can
it
you?
January 10th or something like that?
Yeah, I don't
No,
have.
it was in March. Mm.
Oh, I thought we had one in January.
We probably will but not a regular scheduled meeting, just to
Yeah,
approve the auditor.
yeah, that would be a to be determined on the January, but I do. I say there's going to be a need for that, but
Mm.
It was March 11th.
Thank you, Connie. March 11th. So we'll just make that announcement here. March 11th. Yeah. I'll put it in my calendar. Okay. Okay. Sounds good. So now we're doing the closed
Hey, Alexa,
session.
Alexa, can I make a comment before going into the closed session? Is that
Sure.
okay?
Mm-hmm.
So Amy rightfully asked for the opinion from myself regarding the implications of this water rights issue, and I just want to make sure that it's heard because unfortunately, this is the first time I saw it as on the agenda that this was even a topic of discussion, and I would strongly encourage that on behalf of the developers, we'd love to have council review this before accepting the settlement. So, as you know, it has far-reaching implications to how we're communicating the development of this project. It has far-reaching implications per what Gene was saying. So I would encourage you in the closed session to factor that in, to give us some time to really consider the implications of this decision.
Yeah, that kind of suggests that we have options, and why we're here is because we have determined that there really aren't any. But so um
Yeah, what I would
yeah.
suggest, Alexa, is if we want to talk about this in more detail tonight, we should go into a closed session. If the board would prefer to just table this for now, then make a motion to do that, and we can deal with it
Yeah, let's go in
next
closed
week.
session and talk about it. Now we have everyone here. And then I sent I've sent did we get the invitation for?
Alexa, did you send that as a Google Meet?
Yes.
Uh, is that the one that says 6 p.m.?
Yes.
Okay. Yeah, it looks like I've got. Yep, I've got that one
Adam,
on
Amy,
my
do you
end.
have the invitation?
I am
Yep, I have it.
looking. Um, yes, you Wednesday, December 10th at 7:30. Correct? Is that right? No.
It's 6 o'clock, I think.
Yeah.
Is what I
Uh,
said. But I sent it around 6 o'clock, I think.
okay. Okay, I've got it.
And okay, let's do here.
Okay.
Let's make a motion to go into a closed session to discuss pending litigation.
Yeah, just anybody who wants to just hang on here. Just yeah, mute or video both. But yeah, we'll need to keep this one going to come back and close out this meeting properly.
Yeah,
Just a reminder.
yeah. I'll just turn that one.
Okay. Okay. Are you guys going to make the motion to go into the closed meeting?
I am. I'm just making
All right.
sure that I probably would need to mute my mic on.
Yeah, I'm gonna do mic and video. I think that'll, yeah, if that
Okay,
helps.
so John's taking care of that.
Well, I'm just doing it for me. Yeah, you guys may
I
want
need
to.
to get my Zoom
Yeah, if you guys can do that.
pulled back up. Hang on. Okay.
Yeah, I think that'll help. And this, yeah, other folks, we got quite a few folks in the meeting, so if they want to hang on, it shouldn't, can't, yeah, too long, I don't think anyway.
Okay, I think that's going to work. So I'll go ahead and make the motion to go into the closed meeting.
Okay, and I'll second that. And anybody in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay,
Yeah.
so I'll be back.
I will be back.
Is this group meeting still hearing us?
Yeah, they are. I think they're recording it, Gene.
Now the recording's been turned off. Is that Bob?
What's that, Gene?
Is this Bob?
Yeah, this is Bob.
Okay, well, Bob, I'm real concerned. This guy didn't answer my question, this attorney, and this is ridiculous. I mean,
Yeah.
it's absolutely ridiculous. He didn't answer my question. Why wasn't the previous board named that was insured? They are the ones that precipitated the loss.
So why, Gene, why are they avoiding that answer?
I don't know. I mean, he wouldn't answer it. He's got a frigging conflict. He represents Jones. He worked with Jones and Mill in all these other areas, all these other municipalities and water rights companies.
Hey,
I
guys,
don't.
is there any chance that you guys can discuss that on another line? That otherwise we have to kind of shut
Oh,
down
I
the
didn't. I thought we
meeting.
were muted.
Yeah, well, we're muted, but not to them. They're listening too, so it's all going through, Gene. So yeah,
So yeah, so
we can discuss it. We can discuss it on another line, Gene.
yeah, why don't you
Okay.
do that? I appreciate it. Thank you.
Thanks. Yeah, thanks, Mark. Let's see. Hold on.
Okay, we're back. I think we'll need to let Amy back in. There's John.
Yeah, they just need to pop up where I can let them in. They haven't yet, but once,
So proper procedure is to make a motion to go back into public meeting or to
I think
go
so.
out of
Yep.
closed meeting?
I would say let's, yeah, make a motion to come out of the closed meeting.
No, Amy, are you back?
I think so. Can you hear me?
Yeah, good.
Okay, yeah.
Good, thank you. So I can make a motion to go out of closed session,
I'll second.
and everybody in favor says aye.
Aye.
Aye. Okay, so we are back. We had a very productive discussion with amongst ourselves and with our attorney, and I am going to make a motion to approve the resolution as yeah, let me just for the hell of it, just make sure that it's up on the screen. Yeah. Thought I shared that. Hmm.
Yeah, I still see the Ultra's proposal on my end, Alexa.
Oh, you see Alta's proposal.
It's
Okay.
me.
Oh,
Yeah,
so you are still, so I'm still,
still sharing. At
oh,
least on my end, you are anyway.
yeah, let me see where, my, is that it? Yes, that is the shortest. Do you now see it?
Yes.
Yes, okay. So let me go through the resolution. We have negotiated a settlement and the settlement is attached, and all the facts and disputes that are settled with that agreement are described in there, and we'll just make sure that that gets into the public notice section, so you can find it if you're interested. So I am making a motion to approve the resolution that's up on the screen. It's now number 2025-00 because I didn't know where we were. And give the board chair the authority to make minor changes if they come up in finalizing this agreement with the Jones and the Mill folks. And
That
that's it.
sounds fine.
That's it. That's my motion.
I don't see that we have any other choice, and I'm gonna second.
Okay, thank you, Amy. So let's do this again, a little more formal. Amy
Amy Golden,
Golden
yes.
and Alexa Wilson. I vote yes on that motion, and I want to thank everyone who helped us get to this point, which is not a happy point, but I seriously believe it's as good as it gets. So thank you, everyone. Do we have anything else? I'm kind of ready for dinner. I
Thanks.
think that's the next one. Dinner, also known as adjournment. I make a motion to adjourn this meeting.
I second.
Everybody in favor say aye.
Aye.
Okay. Aye. Thank you, everyone.
Good night.
Thank
Appreciate
you.
you.
Good night.
Aye.